Hi guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to day 2 of the pre-preseason training program. So if you missed day 1 and you want to catch up, I'll put a link on the screen right now to yesterday's video where I kind of introduced what the program's going to be, what I'm going to be doing over the next 28 days. But we're into day 2 and I've got a good session planned which I'm going to be going and doing in a little while, but I'm just having a quick snack to fuel myself before training. So what I've got here are rice cakes, brown rice cakes with peanut butter, sliced bananas, and then I've drizzled some honey over the top of it. So a lot of good energy sources in there. So I also wanted to show you what's in my training bag. I got a few requests for this video. So I've got a bag packed and I'm just going to show you what I consider to be some essentials if you want to have a good training session and you don't need all of the really fancy equipment. So first thing, now these aren't necessities but I do want to talk about them. Grip socks. I do sometimes use true socks, not all the time. I tend to use these more if I'm playing on artificial turf. I've noticed when I'm playing on artificial turf, the bottoms of my feet rub more on the soles of my shoes. And so I want to minimize that because I don't want to get blisters. So I do sometimes wear grip socks for training or in matches if I am playing on turf, especially in hotter weather. If you want to know how to wear these with football socks, so this is basically what you do. So this is just a normal football sock. I've got one that I've already cut. So all you're doing is you're looking for this little seam where kind of the foot section attaches to the upper part of the sock, and you're just going to cut along that line, and then you'll get a sock like this. So then you would just put on the true sock, put your football sock over the top, and boom, that's it. So it kind of just looks like a football sock, but you've actually got a grippier section on, so it just kind of stops you getting blisters. Next thing is training cones. As you can see here, it's just a few cones. I think I've got 8 of the small cones and 4 of the taller ones. I think these are essential. Obviously you can use other things instead of cones if you don't have any, but I just think they're a really good addition to your training set. I think they really help set up drills. They're nice and easy, they're lightweight and small, and they fit in my backpack as you see. So that's something I always carry around so that if I don't have all my training equipment, I can still set up some good drills with these. Water bottle is obviously essential. You always got to stay hydrated. It's one of the most important things of being an athlete. So always carry a water bottle with you and make sure it's full so that you're always sipping water. Notebook. I always take a notebook with me. This is where I put all my session plans. Give you a sneak peek. Like even for this 28-day of training that I'm doing, I write out all my sessions in my notebook. Then I know exactly what I'm going to be doing at training, so I'm not getting to training and wondering what should I do today, etc. I've got it all written out for me so that I just get there, get the job done and put in a good session. Rain jacket, obviously it's not essential, but it's always good to prepare for all weather circumstances, and as well you can take sweatpants with you if you want, if it's going to get colder. It's just good to keep your blood circulation right because that's going to help your muscles and you're going to be less likely of getting injuries. Now this is something I would really recommend. It's just a training band. And this is a great way to do activation exercises before your training. It's really going to help you prevent injuries and things like that. I'll show in more detail the kinds of things you can use for one of these. Tennis ball. This is good for 2 reasons. Juggling with a tennis ball is really good. Works on that hand-eye coordination. Really helps you develop your touch. Obviously when you focus on such a small object and then you replace it with a football, it becomes a lot easier to control that football. So that's something I always take along. Also, the second benefit of having one of these in your training bag, this can actually be used as like a foam roller. So if you put this on the ground and you roll your muscles over it, you can dig deep into those muscle tissues and it's like you're getting a sports massage. So if you didn't know that, I would consider just getting a tennis ball. Super cheap piece of equipment and can have so many benefits from it. And then obviously we've got our boots. Nice thing about this bag is it has a separate compartment. So boots smell pretty terrible, but these are the boots I have right now. So I'm training in the Evo Speeds, and this is what I was wearing throughout my season, Adidas X 15.1s. So that's it. That's what I take to training, the bare minimal essentials. That's something I always take with me in case I'm on those days where I don't have all my training equipment, etc. So yeah, thought I'd just share that with you. But anyway, I'm just going to get my snack down and then I'm going to get to the training pitch. Alright guys, so I'm out here at the training pitch. I've already got my drill set up. I'm going to talk you through that in a minute, but first things first, got to warm up. So I'm going to be doing some there and back runs, increasing the speed over time as I get more warm, doing some dynamic stretching, and then I'm going to teach you how to use this just to show you how to activate your muscles, especially before like speed sessions where you really need your glutes and your hips to be effective, to be warm, to avoid injury. So anyway, let's get into the warm up.
inside lane, missing exits, glued to the pavement. Between the lines, I'll keep my gaze straight ahead as the last stop flies by. No more waiting for the gun to fire, no more walking through revolving doors. I've gone around once, I don't need to go around anymore. Break away, forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words, stop stalling in the doorway, and cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual, don't you wanna feel right?
So the warm-up's done. Now I'm just going to introduce you to the first drill here. So it's going to be a bit of explosive speed with some agility, with and without the ball. So this is a really good one. We have a gate starting here without the ball, sprinting to this first pole here. There's a sharp turn to your left, getting around this pole. This is all still without the ball. And when you get around the third pole, you're picking up the ball, and then you're just doing the exact same pattern with the ball. When you get around this last pole, you're accelerating through the gate. So I'm going to go through this one 10 times. It's all about quality over quantity. So 10 times, but maximum effort put into each rep, and then that should be good for this little drill. So let's go. So that's the first drill completed. So I did 10 reps altogether, and the rest is just simply walking back, resetting the ball, and then going again. And then after 5 reps, I took about 30 seconds break, just so I could get my oxygen back, just so that the last 5, I'm not working on fatigue, I'm actually getting my breath back and able to do them sharp and at top speed. So that's drill 1 complete. I'm just going to set up the next drill. Here we go. So here's the drill for you guys. Starting with a gate, we've got 2 balls. We're going to use 1 ball at a time. We're dribbling out, knocking it through the gap of the poles, and you're hopping over, coming to the next one, same thing with the last pole. And when you get to the gate, we're going to drop the ball off, and then we're going to run back and do the exact same thing but without the ball. And then get back to the start where there'll be 1 ball remaining because we've already taken 1 on the first rep. Then we're going to do the exact same thing, dribble through, then when we put the second ball there, we're going to go all the way back without the ball, and then once we reach the start again, that's when we make a recovery. And our recovery is just simply walking to where the balls are now positioned and then doing it all over again. So we're going to do 3 reps of that. Yeah, let's get into it. That's the second drill complete, and I tell you, even though that's so short, just adding those little hops in makes it so much harder. It probably takes the workout from a 6 out of 10 to like an 8 or a 9, because you're really loading up those leg muscles, put some lactic acid in there. It's a real burner. Moving on into the final drill now. So it's a bit more of a cardio exercise this time, and we're going to use the entire pitch. I can't actually use my camera because it's not got a wide enough lens to to capture the whole pitch, but I'm going to use the GoPro so you get a first person perspective of this drill. So basically we're using the entire pitch, a pole at each corner, and then at the top of the 18 on both sides of the pitch, we've got these cones here. You start at a corner. We're going to do 5 reps with the ball, 5 reps without the ball, because that's also very important to get some running with the ball and some also running without the ball, because that's what happens in a match. You don't always have the ball at your feet when you're running. So what you do is you go at maybe a half to 3/4 pace dribbling. Then when you hit the cone, it's as fast as you can go with the ball to the far 18-yard box. So you're going diagonally, and then once you hit there, you're coming back down to maybe a half to 3/4 pace again. And then as you get to the other corner, right in the corner where the next pole is, you bring it right down to a very slow pace. So if you have the ball at your feet, you're taking some little touches, getting some footwork in at this point, but you're getting this as your recovery. Then you go straight along the goal line all the way to the other corner, and then you do the exact same thing diagonally across. So you're doing 3/4 to the top of the 18, then it's a full pace to the other 18, and then it's back down to 3/4, and then when you get to the corner flag, you're just bringing it right slowly down, and then you get back to the start point. And when you get back to the start point, you drop the ball off, and then you do the exact same thing without the ball. So it's going to be 5 reps with the ball, 5 reps without the ball, alternating each time. So 10 reps altogether. So I'm going to attach this to my head. Hopefully it works out and you get a good first person perspective. But anyway, let's get into this one.
Inside lane, missing exits, glued to the pavement. Between the lines, I'll keep my gaze straight ahead as the last stop flies by. No more waiting for the gun to fire. No more walking through revolving doors. I've gone around once, I don't need to go around anymore. Break away, forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway and cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual. Don't you wanna feel right?
Wow, if you're not breathing hard after that one, you're some kind of machine, or you're not running hard enough. So that's day 2, or day 1, however you want to look at it. Day 1 of training, but day 2 in the program. But yeah, good session. Obviously we're going for quality over quantity at this point, but we're going to increase the workload as we go on. You don't want to fully load yourself day 1 and pick up some kind of muscle strain or over fatigue yourself. You got to work back into it if you've been taking some time off like I have. So but yeah, day 1 in the books, or day 2, however you want to look at it. But yeah, see you at home. Alright guys, so I'm back at my house and I just made some dinner. So I'm going to show you what I'm having for tonight. So what we've got here, we've got some brown rice, we've got some broccoli, and we've got some black beans. So it's a pretty healthy meal, lots of good stuff in here. We've got the brown rice. It's a lot better than white rice. It's actually got a lot of whole grains in it, so really good. And the brown rice is actually a complex carbohydrate, which is a great fuel for the body, so that's where you get a lot of your energy that are going to sustain you through your training sessions and your matches and things like that. The beans got a lot of protein in there, so that's excellent for recovery. Obviously that's what your muscles use to rebuild and repair. And then the vegetables, that's self-explanatory, everybody knows. Green vegetables are very good for you, and especially as an athlete, you should be trying to get as many green vegetables into your diet as possible. So yeah, but I'm going to eat this good food, continue with a good recovery routine, also drinking a lot of water. I'm going to talk about that separately. I won't show my recovery routine, I'll probably do that on a separate day. I'm doing a shorter one on a daily basis, and then on actual recovery days where I do a full day of recovery, and then I'll really go into detail with the foam rolling and the stretching and things like that. So I'm going to get a good night's rest and then get back at it tomorrow. So if you're brand new, make sure to subscribe for daily training videos over the next month, and I will see you guys tomorrow.